Today we want to do a hangout on something which is very interesting. It's about the various personality styles which people have, which make them different from each other. Uh, Basically, the feedback which we are getting from all the members of marryineweek.com on our Facebook page and through all other social media channel is so many people in their relationships are having challenges with communication. You know, basically all the problems which are there, they are related to communication. And we were discussing, internally, what is that thing if we have to pick one topic and do a Google Hangout, or let's start our first Google Hangout, what should be that topic? And we decided that the topic should be the personality types, the various personality types which exist, the understanding of that, and then building up from there how we can do better communication with that knowledge. So we have got Lovely Kumar. She is a specialist in communication. Hi, Lovely.
Hi.
And she's just the right person to take you forward on this topic. And we would love to get your feedback on this after this session so that we can do the other sessions building on this particular subject. So I think I'll give you this seat.
Fantastic. Thank you. Hi, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the DISC personality styles and relationships, right? We're going to divide it into 4 hangouts. The first will be the DISC model. I'll explain to you about the model. What do we mean when we talk about DISC? The second is how to spot a personality style. So that's hangout number 2. The third is personality style flexing. So let's say we know about some styles. We figure out that a person or our loved one is one personality style. What do we do once we get that information? And the fourth is how to become the best you. And I'm looking forward to you joining me on this journey. Are you guys ready for that?
Yes.
Thank you. If I was to ask you, what is your biggest relationship challenge? For most of us, it is that we and our loved one are very different. That's the same with me and my husband. When we first met, what attracted us to each other was the fact that we were very different. So, and then as time goes by, what happens is that very difference becomes the issue. He's trying to change you and you're trying to change him. What if we could recognize and appreciate our differences, really celebrate our differences, life would be much simpler, much less friction. Would you agree with me on that?
Yes.
It's very simple, actually. Would you talk to somebody who didn't understand English in English? I don't think so. Then why do we try and ignore the effect that personality has on a person, his behavior, the way he thinks, and of course, the way he communicates? Actually, it's true for she also. So before you think that it's a male-female thing, it isn't. So the first question that you need to answer is, what is my style? Who am I? And like I said, there are 4 styles. The first one is called dominance, or the D style. The second is influence, or the I style. The third is steadiness, or the S style. And the fourth is C, or the compliance style. Give me a second and I'll share it with you on screen share. I'm sure all of you can now see a 4-quadrant model on your screens, right? So let's talk about the first style. The first style is dominance, right? These people are direct, they're decisive, and as you can see, they know what they want and they're out to go and get it. The second style is influence. These people are optimistic and outgoing, they're popular, they have lots and lots of friends. Third style is steadiness. These are sympathetic and cooperative people. They're peaceful. And the fourth style is compliance. These people are compliant. They're correct. They really strive for perfection. Okay, so let's start with the first style, and that's the D style, dominance. Let's think about what kind of person is, quote unquote, D style. These people are born leaders. They're dynamic, they're active, they have a compulsive need for change. I have friends who are D style, and I remember when we were back in college, We had very meager furniture. So we had a bed, an almirah, and a study table. But every time you went into the hostel room, they changed it around. So sometimes it was on this side of the wall, sometimes on the other side of the wall. They have this compulsive need to keep on doing things, to do things in a new manner. They also have the need to correct wrongs. So probably if somebody else is having a fight, they have a strong emotion about that, they will butt in. They're strong-willed, they're decisive, they can make up their mind very fast. They do not need the support of other people to support them in their decisions. They are unemotional. They're not very easily discouraged. In fact, if you want to, for them to really go after something, all you need to say is, you can't do it. So they're independent, they're self-sufficient, they exude confidence. It doesn't matter if they've never done it before. You wouldn't be able to figure it out because it just looks so confident, and they can run anything, right? I am sure that there's somebody in your life whom you know with D-style. Maybe even your loved one, the special person in your life, is a D-style. And then you really need to figure out, how do you relate to somebody who's D-style? The second style I want to talk about is I-style or influence. Now, the I-style is very different from the D-style. So if I was to look at an animal representation, a D-style would be like the bull. Very strong, actually can wreak a lot of damage on the way, but very powerful, right? The I-style to me looks more like a butterfly, very beautiful. These people have appealing personalities, they're good on stage. In their heart, they're always a child. They love to play, they're the life of the party. So if you went to a party and you saw one person in the middle of the party and a lot of people regaling people with jokes, sometimes the jokes are on them only, good chance this person is an I-style person. They have a very good sense of humor. They have memory for color. In fact, they love to talk so much that they actually hold on to the listener. But in their case, when they listen to people, they really don't listen. They're emotional, they're demonstrative, they're enthusiastic, they're expressive, they're cheerful and bubbling over, wide-eyed and innocent. They live in the present. They have a changeable disposition, sincere at heart, curious, talkative storytellers. These are the popular guys. These are the guys that people would do things for just because they're very charming. I'm sure you would have somebody that you have known in school or college who would actually be able to get somebody else to do their homework for them. If you know such a person, that person is I-style. Let's look at the third style, another very interesting style. This is the S-style of steadiness. These are low-key people. They're easygoing, they're relaxed, calm, cool, collected, patient, well-balanced. These are the people that you feel absolutely at ease with when you're around them, right? They give you this feeling of peace, even in today's hassled world. They like a consistent life. So if you go out with somebody who goes to the same restaurant most of the time, eats the same kind of stuff, most probably it's steadiness, the S-style. They're quiet, but witty. Sympathetic and kind, people love to come and talk to them, share their emotions, knowing fully well that neither will they make fun, nor will they tell anyone. They keep their emotions hidden. They're happily reconciled to life. They're your all-purpose person. These are the people who you can depend on, highly dependable, steady people who love peace. Do you know somebody who is S-style? Is your loved one an S-style? And the last style is the C-style or compliance. C-style people are deep and thoughtful. They're analytical. They love perfection. They're serious, they're purposeful, talented and creative. A lot of them are artistic or musical. And they have very deep emotions. They're appreciative of beauty. They're sensitive to others. Sometimes they're self-sacrificing, they're conscientious, they're idealistic. They also have a deep need to analyze what's happening, why is it happening, a lot of need for facts and figures, and they're very, very systematic in life. So if you know somebody who likes things to be just perfect, most probably that's a C style. A lot of us have mothers who were like that. Everything needs to be spick and span, everything has a place, and everything should be in its place. With that, I've given you an overview of the 4 styles, D, I, S, and C. And I'm sure in your mind you have been thinking about people that you know of each style. You should have by now figured out what is your dominant style? Who are you? Maybe you would have been able to put your finger on what is your loved one? What is his major or her major style? Maybe you have been able to put a finger on what about the rest of the people that you know? And if you have, thumbs up to you. The other thing that we need to talk about is if there are 4 styles, then there are 4 different ways of looking at the world. There are 4 different ways to fulfill emotional needs. So let me very quickly take you through what are their main emotional needs. D style or dominance, their basic emotional need is to get results. If they do not get results, they're very, very unhappy about it. In the I style, it is to receive approval and affirmation. The S style is about personal security. The C style is to get it right. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because if you love somebody, I'm sure you want to cater to their main emotional need. If you do not do that, it is an issue. The other key thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that each style is good. Because one of the things that we start thinking is my style a good style? Is it better than somebody else's style? So the question is not about better or worse. The question is, each style is unique, each style is good, and nobody's out to get you. They're just being themselves. So if you are having issues with your loved one, like I'm sure you are having, if you're listening to this workshop, I'm sure you're having some issues with your loved ones. I had it with my husband because like I like to say, we're chalk and cheese. I'm not going to tell you who's chalk, who's cheese, but we're very, very different people. The best thing that happened to me when I learned about this style was I figured out and started to appreciate him for what he was. And I think he also started appreciating me for what I am, right? I hope to see you again in the second handout. Just reminding you, we're going to have 4 hangouts. The first one, which we've just completed, which is the DISC model. The second one is how to spot a personality style. The third one is personality style flexing, which means now that I spot a style, what do I do with that information? And the fourth is becoming the best you. So if you're a D style, how do you become the best that you can be? If you're an I style, how can you become the best that you're going to be? If you are an S style, the best S. I'm a C style, the best that you can ever be. I have another small request for you. Please do like our video and share it with all your friends. Also would love to hear your stories. So feel free to send some comments or email us. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.